guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be setting up my year at a glance and going over my goals for the first half of 2022, or technically my goals for the year, and then I will separate it into the first half of 2022. So here I have my dot stickers from my shop. So I have two different versions. I have one that is floor colorway, and then this is the multi-colorway. And yeah, so the SKU number for the multicolor is C050, and then the floral one is C003. So it's either 3 or 50. So yeah, I don't know why I didn't do that ahead of time, but you know, I'm trying to be more organized in my shop. So instead of having so many oh my goodness, how would I say it? So I currently have 700 items in the shop. So, but most of them are stickers. So, but for the functional stickers, I'm trying to be more proactive in making sure that they have SKU numbers, so I can just easily find them in my folder. Instead of naming it what it is, I'm just going to name the SKU number, because oh my goodness, the amount of SKUs that I have is just insane before. So instead of having let's see, icons. So icons, I have it starts with I, and then it goes with a number. So if I continue adding on to it, that works out. But for functional stickers, it also works out for that. But for foil stickers, I have not yet done that. So I still have to figure that out in the meantime. But usually I alphabetize it in my little storage area. But I'm hoping to film my shop office tour almost. But until I get my brother moves out, I should say, that would be my main goal, to finally have an area where I can designate shop materials or stock, because right now it's just half of it's in my room, or majority, no, the stock is in my room, but the boxes, shipping supplies are in the living room, and it's right next to my room. And yeah, so it's because oh my goodness, living in an apartment in New York City is just or I should say Brooklyn. I'm not in the city, actual city, Manhattan, I should say. So yeah, that is a dream come true. But once my brother moves downstairs into our studio apartment that we have, that's when I can finally take down the wall of this room, this big living room that's divided into our rooms. Then I'll be okay, now I have this time and energy and freedom to do whatever I need to do that makes it organized. So that's one of my goals for this year, actually. So right now here, I'm just putting down my paydays for my new job, or currently I'm 3 months in, so it's still considered new, right? I guess. So here I'm just marking down all the paydays, and then I'm in the green dots, and then I'm also marking out my disconnect days in red, and then PTO as well. So yeah, and honestly, yeah. So I don't have any PTOs scheduled at the moment, but we shall see. But I'm just going to mark it out in blue, and I left the space at the bottom, the year at a glance, to have a key almost, so I can distinguish what is what in terms of the dots. And if I need to add more, I can definitely add more to that as well. But in the currently, I'm just gonna have 3 dots, or 3 colored dots for the time being, which would be payday, disconnect, and PTO. And obviously, I'm taking so slow, or I didn't really zoom this as much, because I really wanted to talk about my goals for this year, because I was going to do a talk through, but yeah, there's just too much birds chirping in my background. Obviously, if you don't know, I have 2 birds. They just I love them to death, but they don't love me. So they just like to chirp whenever I'm not doing, or no, actually, I take that back. So whenever I'm not talking, they don't chirp, right? But then when I'm talking, they're chirp, 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 chirp. But you know what's funny? That I'm doing a voiceover right now, and they're not even making a peep. Why? Why did you do this? So anyway, so now I'm going into my, oh wait, no, scratch that. So I'm actually marking out my disconnect days. So yeah, I apologize if this is like kind of slow, but you can definitely speed this up if you want to. But I just want to start talking about my goals for this year. So let's just say that I'm gonna, like, the first page or the first 6 boxes, I'm marking out like almost like a highlight of the month, instead of like highlights every day within my monthly. So that is like the first page, and then the second page. Sorry, I'm flipping through my planner as we speak, and my foot fell asleep. Oh gosh. So then the second page will also be like the first 6 months, but it's like almost my goals broken down into like each of the months almost, and whatever I want to. Really, at this time you have to make your bed on the floor. My dog, I don't know. My dogs like to scratch the floor to pretend they're making the bed, but I don't know. My dog's scratching the floor at the moment. And he has such a nice bed, yet he chooses to sleep by the wall. It's just, oh my goodness, dogs are so funny. So yeah, it's like pretty much broken down into each of the months, and hopefully I can accomplish those every month. So yeah. So starting off, since like I'm not even getting into that part yet, on to my goals, but I just want to talk about the categories that I chose. So I really wanted to get, or not really. Okay, so I was looking into the Moxie Life, and I did get a Moxie Life before, and just to test out stickers and stuff, but I didn't like dive into like the goal setting system that they have. And as much as I want to spend $56, I think I'm not ready to like invest in that yet at the moment, because I feel like my goals, I don't need to like go really deep into those goals, if that makes sense. So yeah, pretty much I just wrote down whatever I want to achieve this year. Hopefully I will achieve them. So that's pretty much my mindset at the moment. So and I don't really need to make sure that if I made the weekly like reset or mindset, something like that, like or recap, I should say. So I'm just going to keep it simple for myself, because I don't want to overwhelm myself, and then I won't reach any of those goals that I created. So let's talk about the categories. So pretty much there's 3 categories that I kind of like based off of what Moxie Life pretty much, like, they're pretty much the categories from Moxie Life, but I just added whatever I wanted to add instead of looking at, oh, what does this encompass, and pretty much like that. So anyway, so I have personal OK plans, which is my shop and YouTube as well. So I just combined those two. I was gonna write shop, but I was like, let's just put OK plans, because that's just simplifying everything into one category. And then financial, work and learning, fun and recreation, and physical environment. So work and learning, fun and recreation, physical environment are categories from Moxie Life, and that I just took like the titles categories from. So yeah, pretty much for personal, those are like literally personal goals that I want to accomplish for this year. So yeah, and then for shop, pretty much is like literally YouTube and my shop stuff. And then fun and recreation, like those are like activities that I really want to accomplish. But anyway, so now that I'm almost into like finally setting up this page, the finals page, which is all my goals for this year. So I'm going to write down all my goals for this year, and then if I need to transfer it over to the second half of this planner, I can just do that easily. So yeah, and let me know if you guys want like these scripts, like this font. This is like a new font that I really love, and I'm just like, I really want to use this. So actually, it will be part of the freebie for the Ultimate Planner sale that will be happening on January 7th to the 9th. And yes, everything is 40% off. I had a lot of people ask me or message me and asking, like, are my planners also available for the 40% off? Yes, everything, both shops, 40% off, Etsy and Shopify. So the link is down below if you want to click that, or it's on my Instagram page. Or you can check out the Ultimate Planner Sale page, ultimateplannersale.com, and then you can check out the other shops as well. So yeah. So here I'm setting up the page. I didn't really add too much color to it, because like if I make the goal or meet the goal, then I'll add the color to it. But at the moment, I'm just going to keep it simple, and then like celebrate with color later on. So for personal, I want to lose 30 pounds. So I'm 5'2", and I'm just going to be honest and put it out there because I need to like hold myself accountable. I am 160, a little more than 160 pounds, and I haven't measured myself. So yeah, it's kind of like overweight for a 5'2" person. So I want to lose 30 pounds at least, and feel more confident in myself, because right now I'm just like a Debbie Downer. Literally, I just sit here and like moping because all these people around me, like my friends, they're not like me. They're like, I feel like, I was watching this movie before, and it was called The Duff. And oh my goodness, I think it was The Duff. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, it's just like, but I'm not dumb. So anyway, oh gosh, why did I do that to myself? But regardless, I want to lose 30 pounds, and I also want to work out at least 5 times a week, whether it's walking out, taking a walk outside, riding my Peloton, or like doing yoga, like something that like gets my heart pumping, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just want to make sure that I at least work out at least 5 times a week. So regardless of any of, like, I could do whatever activities, like taking a walk. Like I actually walked from what do you call it, Midtown to Chinatown. So that's like 30 plus blocks. So yeah, that is like, I would consider a workout, because you're moving your body and not just sitting and being stationary, if that makes sense. And then the next goal for personal is eating healthy and don't overeat, because I have a tendency of overeating. Like when I'm really hungry, like I just eat a lot of food and then I'll just be really stuffed. And I don't like that feeling of being really stuffed, because it hurts. Honestly, it feels like, it just pains me every single time. So yeah, and then I added an extra goal for personal, but I added it after I finished writing everything, or halfway writing everything out. But I wanted to seriously learn how to drive, because last year I got my learner's permit, and the reason why I didn't get my learner's permit when my brother got it, when he turned 16. So when he turned 16, I was still 14, obviously, but like I was hoping to get it when I turned 16, but that wasn't really a main focus for mine, because honestly, let's just be honest, I am terrified of driving. So I need to be more confident in driving, because it's just like, I feel like I'm not in control of the vehicle, even though I am the one steering it. It's just like, I just need to breathe and make sure that it's okay that other people are crazy. You don't have to be crazy yourself. So in terms of driving, I should say, not in terms of like mental. Anyway, so yeah, that is like, I seriously need to learn how to drive, because I want to be more confident in myself. And I think not that is one, like the steps to being more confident, but yeah, I think not being confident is like hindering me from learning how to drive. Like, anyway, I don't know, something like that. So then the next goal category is OK Plans, which is my shop and YouTube. So I want to hit at least 750 subscribers. Last year my goal was to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. Obviously, I only reached 100 subscribers, or added 100 subscribers since last year. So yeah, it was like a slow growth, but I mean, I don't mind it being really slow, because honestly, it's better to be slow growing instead of fast growing and then just die out at the end, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna slowly grow my channel and my shop, and it's okay. Like, I don't like, in the beginning of when I created the shop, I was like having these goals, like these like insane goals that I was like, I want to be like this shop, and I was like, but honestly, now to think about it, it's not worth it, because at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you're happy with what you're doing and putting out there. And yeah, I'm just going to slowly grow my shop and YouTube channel. So yeah, but also in slowly growing my shop, I want to hit 7,500 sales. Currently, I have around, oh gosh, I should check it. As of January 5th, I have, oh gosh, wait a second. I was like, where do I go? I have 5,436 sales. So let's see how many sales I get by my next goal setting video, I guess. So yeah, I'll probably have that check-in, like mid-year check-in, since I'm going to be probably resetting this page up for my next half of the planner. So yeah, and then I want to pack at least 1,000 orders. Last year I did pack 1,000 orders, so I just want to reach that goal again. So we'll see. And then I also want to be more engaged and interact more to the community because, yeah, I feel like I left, like, I don't know, like, I'm very introverted, so people think that I'm the opposite of introvert. I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I get social anxiety. Like, literally at my holiday party, I was at the bridge of crying, because, actually, let's just be honest, I teared up because it was just, like, so many people that I don't know, and I didn't feel like I wanted to meet new people at that point, because, obviously, it's also, like, a lot of people who weren't wearing masks, and even though, like, people were required to be vaccinated in order to enter, like, the building, itself, or the event space, like, I just don't know, like, I don't know, maybe this year I will make sure that I'm, like, more proactive in meeting new people and networking. So yeah, and then my next goal is financial, which is pretty much, I'm going to talk about in my budget video for Friday, so I probably won't talk about it as much, but my main goal is pretty much emergency fund 10,000, savings 10,000, home is 10,000. So those are, like, the three main goals that I want to reach, but just know that I'm not going to be saving 30,000 for just 2021. Like, just note that because I can actually save this ahead of time, before year end. So before 2022 ends, I can actually save already this amount. But emergency fund, just know that I already have this saved for like 2 years, but I don't really put much into it. But my main goal is to complete this emergency fund, and then I won't be putting any more into it until, like, let's just say, I don't know when. So the main two that I actually, like, keep putting money into is my savings and home fund. So yeah, my main goal is to buy a home at 28, but I'm not going to put it here, because obviously I'm not even 28, I'm turning 24. So I still have 4 years and a month and a half left. So yeah, I'm not in no rush. So yeah. Anyway, so then for work and learning, I want to pass all 4 exams for the CPA, and then be a licensed CPA, obviously. So that's my goal for this year. And yeah, and then fun and recreation, I want to go to Hong Kong during December or Christmas time because my parents always talk about it when they were, or they talk about their, like, past, and they always talked about how the lights are so pretty at night. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I went to Hong Kong over the summer in 2012. Like, that was humid, so humid. Like, I don't want to do that again. So December is, like, nice and breezy, and it's, like, cool weather. So yeah, I'm hoping to go there and also see my grandma because I haven't seen her in, oh gosh, 2020. Like, she left right before the pandemic started. So it's crazy to think that I haven't seen, or I have talked to her, like, over FaceTime, but yeah, it's just different because, and my grandma lives by herself, but she has, like, her mahjong friends. So yeah, anyway, so I really want to go there and visit her as well because obviously we're going to be staying with her instead because my grandma's like, no, you're not getting a hotel, you're staying with me. So yeah, anyway, and I also want to go on a solo trip. I don't know where, I don't know when. So that is just my goal, but it also depends on, like, the pandemic. So we're still in it, so I'm not taking any chances. So if that has to be held back, then I'm okay with that. And then I want to take hikes with my 2 dogs, Cayenne and Copa. So yeah, I want to go out more, be more adventurous and outdoorsy because I'm actually terrified of the woods. So yeah, I went to Black Bear? No. Oh gosh. It's not Big Bear. It's a state park upstate in New York. Oh my goodness. I forgot what it was called. Anyway, so yeah, that is the fun and recreation goals. And then physical environment. I want to get a bigger space. Obviously, that includes, encompasses, like, not just a house, but my brother will be moving downstairs, I should say, not just out. So we have 2 apartments in this building, and pretty much one is a studio, and this one is the one that we're currently living in is a 1-bedroom, but the living room is subdivided into like smaller rooms. But when my brother moves out, I will be able to knock down this wall that's dividing us, and then I can take over that space. So that was one of the goals, or like I really wanted to move out as much as I want to. Obviously the real estate, like right now, like I don't want to rent, although like because my dad is also financial, like he likes to talk about finances, but like it's not worth it to like rent from someone as much. So yeah, I was hoping to purchase something, but yeah, it's just like I'm not ready to purchase something because I really like I want a house, not an apartment. I want a house where my dog can just run out into the yard and be like free, and he could have so much fun, and like play ball, do whatever he wants to do, instead of having to go to a park or a dog park. Because honestly, let's just say my big dog, my Labrador, he's not dog friendly. Or I wouldn't say he's not dog friendly. He just prefers to play with the ball than other dogs. Like no matter how many times I bring him to a dog park, he just runs back to me and sits here and asking me for the ball. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay, so I really want a house because I want them to run around in their own open space. So yeah, that's one of my goals, but that's not until when I turn 28. So yeah, and then for the last goal for physical environment is be better at storage organization, because yeah, until I get the bigger space. Like, so it kind of like ties into the bigger space area or goal, because yeah, everything like the shop stuff is partially in my room and then the rest is in the living room, and it's just like I kind of overtaken the living room, and my dad's like, until your brother moves out, everything must go back into your room, you know? So yeah, that is like crazy to think about. So pretty much those are my main goals for 2022. And I'm sorry if like I'm not really talking or writing whatever I'm talking at the moment, because I was hoping to do a voice or not voiceover, but a talk through, but obviously like I said, my birds are chirping like crazy, so I was like, nope, scratch that, I'll just do a voiceover. So yeah, I hope you don't mind that. But for my monthly goals, I should say, I want to work at least 20 days for January. Like that's my main like goal for January, and then I'll write more when the time comes, or maybe I'll write a weekly goal, because yeah, I have 4 spots, so we'll see. And then for February, since I'm turning 24, I want to do things that or write a list of 24 things that I want to do as a 24-year-old before I turn 25. So I really want to do that. I've seen a lot of people do that, but yeah, we shall see what I like write down. And then for March, I want to take and pass the FAR exam. So my exam is scheduled for March 19th. So I'm hoping like I don't push this exam back, because there's no way of pushing my exam back, because the deadline to take this exam with the or I would have to pay another $300. Like no, I ain't paying a $300 just to take another exam that I haven't even taken. So it's kind of crazy to think it like that, but I'm not going to do that to myself. So yeah, my goal is to take and pass the exam on March 19th. And then for May, also I kind of like scheduled it, but I didn't purchase anything yet. So my main goal for May is to take and pass the audit exam, because it's kind of like after busy season as well, so it kind of works out for me. So yeah, that is my main goals for 2022. So I hope you guys don't mind that I did a voiceover. So, but if you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below. But what are your goals for 2022? You can let me know like one of the goals. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!